Betfred, proud sponsor of the World Snooker Championship.
Neil, is that about as well as you've ever played at the Crucible?
I think the first session and that session just gone. Yeah, absolutely. I think, and especially against a world-class opponent in Sean. There was a couple of really key frames this morning's session where the first frame I won on the black from 66 behind, and then I won another one on the black, and then 10-6 in front is a very nice lead to have in a best out of 25. And but the thing was that I knew I had to play well to win. And I think when you know that, it makes it very easy for you to go out there and you know what you have to do. It's a little bit different maybe if you know that you don't have to play particularly well to win and you can let your opponent off. So I just had to keep the foot down the whole way. I was able to do that, and then tonight played very well.
And some of those long pots were sensational.
Yeah, I worked very hard on my long game. Maybe the last couple of years hasn't been as strong as perhaps what it should be, but it's a very, very powerful asset if you can pot a lot of really good long balls and to create scoring opportunities off that, especially early on in frames.
Bearing in mind how well you're playing at the moment and the 3 big titles you've won this season in China earlier this month, it's quite surprising in a way that this will be your first quarter-final at the Crucible since 15. That's 4 years, a long time.
Yeah, it is. I think the tournament is harder to predict seeds sort of going really deep. I think I drew Sean this year, which was probably like the toughest draw for a top sort of 4 or 5 seed you could have. Regardless of the season Sean's having, he's always going to be up for the World Championships. I lost a Fu a couple of years ago, and I had a couple of first round defeats where my opponents would play fantastically well, and obviously not playing anywhere near the level I am this season, but still you've got to give your opponents credit. But I kind of got a bit fed up of that, and then just I've got to go out there and win the match on my terms. I've got to make them make mistakes. You can't rely on your opponent making mistakes. It just doesn't happen the way it used to many years ago in the first round. Even when I was my first few years here as a seed, winning the opening round was pretty easy because you knew the players were just there to kind of make an appearance, and then that be that. But everyone's looking to go deep in this tournament, and you got more players who are capable of winning it than what there ever used to be.
It is a bit of a cliche that there are no easy matches these days at the Crucible, but from one world champion to another, whichever of John Higgins and Stuart Bingham comes through their second round match, it's going to be a monumental route to the final.
Yeah, everyone looked at the bottom half, but I think, like I said in previous interviews, I saw the top half look. There was actually 6 former world champions in the top half, and I think 5. Well, in fact, all of them have been in recent times, and I knew that it was probably going to be the likely case that I'd have to beat probably 3 of them to make the final. So it's just I don't know. The standard of the game is just crazy these days, and you just got to play really well. So all the Ronnie O'Sullivan's the reason why all the top players keep trying to strive to improve all the time, and he's beat me a couple of finals, and so it's important to put that behind you, and then to work on it and to improve. And I've been able to do that this season, and it's been really consistent. But I've still got to play fantastic stuff to go all the way.
Couple of days off now, which is quite useful. Are you staying up here, or will you go back to Cambridge and get away from the Goldfish Bowl here in Sheffield?
I think I might stay up. I think I don't play until Tuesday, so I'll be looking to come back up Monday. But I don't know. We'll see. I think it might be best to stay up here now. I think well settled into an apartment now, and so I think I'll just be chilling out, just watch Endgame, the Avengers Endgame, the new Marvel film, and just chill out and watch a bit of snooker and do a bit of practice.
Well done today, and we'll see you in the last 8.
All right, cheers, Rob. Thanks.
Betfred, proud sponsor of the World Snooker Championship.